I have tried to shoot this video multiple times now, and every single time I feel like either I'm not getting across the true sentiment of horror that was yesterday, or I'm a complete emotional mess, or I'm staying in a hostel, and to be honest, it's very hard to find any kind of place where it's remotely quiet and has any semblance of privacy. So I hope I'll be able to get through it this time, because this is obviously a very serious situation that hits very close to home for me. You guys know that I was born in Kiev, Ukraine, but my parents were both born in Russia. We have heritage that is kind of in between both countries, as most Ukrainians and Russians do as well. So what happened yesterday on February 24th is just an unthinkable act of terror. I would think that by now most people have read the news of what exactly happened, but basically Russian troops had Ukraine surrounded on its border for, I guess, a couple weeks now it has been, and yesterday they did a full invasion to many Ukrainian cities. It was by air, lots of missile strikes, by land through the Belarusian border, through Crimea, and then obviously the Black Sea as well. And while the Russian government calls it a military operation, many civilian homes have been hit, civilians have died, and obviously losses on both sides of the armies. War sirens basically started going off in all of the cities. Everybody tried to take cover wherever they could, and ever since it has just been like living in a twilight zone, or just this horrible nightmare that you can't believe is real. And I'm not even there, you know? It's like, of course I am just horrified and so scared for my family and for all the citizens of Ukraine who are going through this, or, you know, have family there. To everyone who has been sending me messages about my family, thank you. They are thankfully safe. My aunt and uncle decided to stay in Kiev, where our home is, and then my two younger cousins decided to go to the west of Ukraine and stay in an apartment there. Nevertheless, it has been absolutely traumatizing for everyone. Like, I know I seem calm right now, and it's because I've literally, I think, cried all I can cry for now. So, you know, this is, I guess, just where I'm at right now, but I can't stress how horrible it is to see my younger cousins in such a state of fear. And they're not even children, you know, like, they're young adults. Imagine going through this as a child. It's just horrifying. And what's even more difficult is, you know, there's really not much that I can do for them as they are there. Like, of course I can try and, you know, send them money or try and help them, you know, find a safe place to go to, but I can't actually physically be there right now to protect them, or to even try and get them out of the country, because, like, right now, today's the 25th, it is extremely difficult to get out of the country unless you are right beside, you know, let's say the Polish or Moldovan border. Like, unless you're right there, it is actually quite dangerous to be, you know, driving out in a car where there are no bomb shelters. You don't know, you know, where they might hit next. You might be sitting in traffic because so many people are, you know, trying to get out of the country, and it's actually a lot more uncertain than staying in, you know, a place where there is a bomb shelter or the metro in Kiev or Kharkiv. They also made a declaration that any men from 18 to 60 are not able to leave the country. So for now, a lot of people are just trying to find the safest place they can and just hunkering down until this is done. But what's actually very impressive is that the Ukrainian army is hanging in there, considering it is substantially smaller and less funded than what Russia has prepared, but they are really hanging in there and taking out, you know, a lot of the occupiers and targets. And it really comes down to the fact that these people are fighting for their homeland, they're fighting for their freedom. Of course, Ukraine has its problems. Of course, we have corruption. Of course, we have our terrible politicians as well, and have had terrible politicians as well. But this is Russia making that claim, so I don't quite understand the comparison. So it's just mind-boggling how some of the Russian news media has been that Putin is trying to free the Ukrainian people, that he somehow thinks that they want to join him, that they need him to protect them. There really is a lot of delusional thinking all around. Of course, there's certain sects of the Ukrainian population that probably feel that way, but it's definitely not the majority. Russia has taken over many breakaway republics of different countries, and sure, we don't know what's going to happen with Donetsk and Luhansk, but if Russia thinks that it is going to take more of Ukraine and that people will stand for it, they are sorely mistaken. Another thing I want to say is that I'm incredibly grateful to any Russians who have spoken out about this situation, that have especially gone to protests in Russia, because I understand how much you are risking if you are seen in public vocally protesting against this whole situation. I know that can land you in jail. I know that has very serious consequences. So thank you. Thank you so much to everyone in Russia who has stood against this government. And even to the people who are on Putin's side and believe that this is some kind of peacekeeping that is going on. I think that you too understand that this will have serious consequences for you as well. It is obviously in everyone's best interest that the situation with the violence comes to a stop as quickly as possible. In 2022, I would hope that there are much better ways to work through your issues, to work through your problems, than invading a neighboring country. So as much as I'm not in the best, mental, emotional state to be making this video, obviously I will be touching on this topic again in the future. I just wanted to put this out there so you guys know, where I stand on this topic, that thankfully my family is safe. I pray everyone's family in Ukraine is safe, and that we can end this madness as quickly as possible. In the description of this video, I will be putting some donation pages for the Ukrainian army, and also for different humanitarian organizations that Ukraine will absolutely need the help of as this whole situation progresses. So please, if you are able to donate, I will have the links in the description. So that is it. That is all I really wanted to say in this video. I definitely said a lot more in my prior takes, but I think it's actually better to just stick to the bare bones of what is currently going on. So to end off this video, I would like to pray for the safety and sovereignty of Ukraine. I will try and keep you guys updated as things go. Obviously, I'm not a political channel by any stretch of the imagination, and I'm not going to suddenly become one, but I will talk about this issue obviously more than others, because it is, it is obviously very close to home for me. And if you guys actually do want more information, I actually post more on my Instagram. I was posting all day yesterday. I don't think I'll really be doing a lot of videos, here on YouTube on things. I hope you guys are doing well. Thank you once again to everyone who reached out to me, especially, yesterday with everything that happened. I really do appreciate it. So I will keep you guys updated, and I will see you in the next one.